G'day guys and welcome back to AdosTheGreat YouTube channel. So guys, in today's video, I will be going over my round 17 tips and how I went, and then we'll do the round 18 tips. So, yeah, before we start this though guys, it's like 90% of viewers that watch my content aren't subscribed. Please hit that sub button guys, it'll really mean the world to me. All right, so starting off, I took Storm to beat the Sharks. I actually changed this last minute, and I'm annoyed I did so now because otherwise I'd have a perfect round so far. Storm were extremely disappointing, understanding that they had a lot of players out. The Sharks also had big names out as well. So, like this should never have happened to Storm. I think they're in a little bit of trouble at the moment, and I just hope they can bounce back from it. But yeah, things aren't looking great for Melbourne right now. Next up, I took my Rabbitohs to beat the Knights by 4. They actually won this game by 12. I was very proud of the boys' effort. They really stood up and played extremely well. We had 1,200 games worth of experience out. We also lost Lockie Ilias in the first minute of play. So to get this good win, I will take. I would have been happy with a 4-point win. A 12-point win in this game is huge for us. Like that's just going to help with our momentum and confidence going into next week against the Bulldogs. So very good win for us. I'm extremely proud of the boys. I loved Keon Kolong-Matangi and David Clemmer going at it. That was brilliant. I thought Clemmer probably shouldn't have gotten sent off for that play. Like, look, there was a little bit of intent there, and a sin bin probably would have been. At the end of the day, the game was over, so it doesn't really matter. But at the same time, like, I think a send-off was a little bit unfair. I'm proud of Latrell for jumping in and pulling Clemmer off. Like a lot of people, give Latrell shit for being a grub or this and that. I think he's matured a lot, and Clemmer's much bigger than Latrell. So to show the courage, Clemmer putting that slight elbow into Saluka Fafita and Latrell coming in and pulling him off. I was very proud of Latrell for that. He was the captain. He did take matters into his own hand, which a lot of people shouldn't do. But I just thought it was good. This big aggressive player on Saluka Fafita, and Mitchell was like, no, I'm not having that. Pulled him off. I was very proud of that moment from Mitchell. He's proven above and beyond that he bleeds red and green, and I cannot be prouder of him. Eels and Tigers, look, I think the Eels are a bit unlucky with this one. They probably could have put 40 points on the Tigers. A few calls didn't go their way, and few tries they butchered, but the Tigers were never in this game. I took the Eels because, I thought the Tigers might come with a little bit more flair, but, I don't know what's going on with the Tigers. I need to fix something up now because it's been a disappointing year. The Eels weren't damaging, but they were good. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Eels drop out of that top 6. But, good win at the end for the Eels, but I think they should have won that by a lot more. Broncos and Dragons. Broncos had 10 players out. Dragons had Ben Hunt out, and they lost Tariq Sims twice through sin binnings. Their halves really didn't play well for them. I know they're young, they're rookies, but the fifth tackle options were just appalling. The Broncos really turned up and played amazing. I thought Staggs versus Sully was brilliant. Like Moses Sully and Staggs, amazing. Staggs, I do think, got the better of him at the end of the game. First 20 minutes, Staggs wasn't great, but very good win for the Broncos. That's that. I think it's them versus Cronulla for a top 4 spot. And then, I'd say Bunnies will probably move up to 6th, Eels 7th or 8th, and then you could probably say maybe, I don't think the Roosters make the 8. I think it's out of the Sea Eagles and the Dragons, to be honest. But after this performance from the Dragons, I was pretty disappointed. So, then I have tipped New South Wales for tonight. Obviously, I'm donning the Queensland gear, but fortunately, I do think the Blues will win tonight. So we'll see how that all pans out. Well, let's go over to round 18 and I'll give you my tips for this week. So starting things off, we've got a cracker of a game on Friday night. Could very well be the game of the year. I think at North Queensland, the Cowboys do get the job done. However, head-to-head, Cronulla do have more wins. I think this is it's going to be a beautiful game. I cannot wait for this. I think Panthers have arguably won the minor premiership, but I definitely think the Cowboys are fighting for a second spot finish, and I think they will achieve that. So I'm backing the Cowboys up at North Queensland. Next up, we got Parramatta against the Warriors. Warriors come back to Australia. I thought that was a little bit unfair. The NRL probably could have given them all the rest of the season in New Zealand, but I can't see the Warriors beating this Eels side. Well, I don't think the Eels have been playing that well. I just think the Warriors, they're not going to match this Eels side. And the Eels side doesn't really lose that too often. They do lose to, bottom of the barrel teams. I think they'll win this one. This one will end up a win for the Eels. Next up, we've got the Roosters and the Dragons. Another amazing game. I think this one's going to be a cracker. The Roosters are on a little bit of a losing streak, but I don't see the Dragons beating them here. I think with bringing back their origin guys, I think they're going to be pretty good. Not that they've got that many, but I'm going to back the Roosters here. I think the Roosters will get a good win. But look, it'll be tough. It'll be tough. Don't get me wrong. It will be a tough game, but I think, Roosters win that one. Seagulls and Knights. This one's going to be a brilliant game. I cannot wait. I think, don't rule the Knights out. I think bringing back, I don't know if Gagai and the boys are backing up. I'm going to assume they are. I don't know the team list up in front of me, but I do. Let me just get them up, actually. We'll just get them up because I do want to see if the boys are backing up. I believe they are. I believe the boys will back up. Yes, but Bradman Best is out. So Bradman Best is out, but all the Origin guys back up. I think this is going to be a tough game. I really, truly do. Where are we? We need to go back to tipping. That's not it. There we go. Look, I think this is going to be a cracker of a game. I think it's going to be very close, but I think Manly edge out Newcastle. Titans and Broncos, look, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. Titans do play well at home sometimes, but I just think the Broncos are going to be way too good. Got to tip the Broncos in that one. Tigers and Panthers. Panthers do rest all their Origin players, but I can't see the Tigers beating them. I still think the Panthers will be way too good. Storm and Raiders. I can't tip the Raiders in this one. However, Storm are on a bit of a downward spiral at the moment too. I've got to tip Storm in a bounce back win. I'm going to tip them by 12. I just think they're going to be way too good for the Raiders this weekend. Sorry, my old man's calling me. I better get that soon. But we're nearly done here. So Bulldogs and Rabbitohs to finish off the round. You know what? The Bulldogs can be our bogey team, and I'm nervous about this game. I honestly am. I'm glad it's on at 6:15 on Sunday. Like, that's awesome. Our Origin stars, they're going to get a good rest, so I can't wait for that clash. But it'll be good to see. Hopefully the Rabbitohs come out and have an amazing game. We need a really strong win, and I think we can achieve that over the Doggies. But it just depends on what dogs we get coming out. So I'm going to tip the Bunnies in this one. I don't see there being an upset. I think the Rabbitohs will win that game. But let's go over my tips one more time. So I've got the Cowboys beating the Sharks. I think that one's fairly obvious. I've got Eels beating the Warriors. Again, fairly obvious. This game, I think, could be one of the games of the round. Roosters and Dragons, both sides fighting for a top 8 spot. I think the Dragons will trouble the Roosters, but at the end of the day, I think the Roosters will have enough experience to get the job done. Seagulls and Knights, another game I think could be a cracker. Look, Manly want to keep their spot in the 8, and I think they will fight tooth and nail to beat the Knights in this one, so that's why I've backed them. Broncos and Titans, easy win for the Broncos. Panthers and Tigers, easy win for the Panthers. Storm should beat the Raiders quite comfortably, in my opinion. And the Bunnies, I'm hoping have a good win over the Doggies, but you just never know. That is going to wrap it up from me, though, guys. So I hope you have an amazing weekend. Enjoy the footy. I'm going to sit back, have a few beers tonight, enjoy the State of Origin. I cannot wait. This is getting recorded on Wednesday. Will probably be uploaded tomorrow morning. So yeah, that's going to wrap it up for me, guys. Thank you all so much for your support. Thank you all so much for watching. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.